and gentlemen, welcome to the 100% restoration and remodel of my great-great-grandfather's $7,000 mansion. We are currently in the middle of getting ready to build the new addition, which is going to be right over here. But as we can clearly tell, that ginormous concrete pile is right in our way. So today we have one goal, which is to get rid of our concrete pile. So first things first, the dump truck is loaded up full of concrete. This is ready to be dumped. Oh. I know what's wrong with it. It needs a new battery in it. Looking at this old battery, I'd say we did pretty good with it. It looks like this battery was put in 2014, so we got 10 years out of this battery. If you can get more than 7, you're doing pretty good. So we got the exact same one, same model number, same everything. We'll just get this one set back up in there, and then we'll be good to go. Yeah! I guess this is the moment of truth. We'll see if I hooked up the battery right. Look at that, professional mechanic. So for our concrete dumping spot today, we are at one of our farms that used to have a big dairy barn on it. And a few years ago, a windstorm came in and it blew it down. So since the barn is now gone, this concrete's pretty much useless. So that means at some point, we're either gonna come in and dig a giant hole and we're gonna bury all this concrete, or we're gonna rent one of those concrete crushers that'll turn this back into rock, and then we'll be able to use the rock on other places on the farm. But either way, something is going to be done with this concrete, so it makes it a perfect place to put our giant concrete pile. Load number 1 down, probably 20 to go. Load number 2.
In the setup that we have, which is one skid loader and one dump truck, is only one-man job, because while the driver is away, there is nothing to do for the skid loader operator. So that's why I thought I better do something more productive than just kicking rocks. So I'm just gonna finish this little piece of a plumbing part here. And that plumbing part is a sewer stack that's gonna be serving the bathroom right somewhere over here, this area. It's gonna come down from where the white pipe is down, then around the footer and into our main line over here. Let's get the fittings and play with those a little bit. Yeah, I forgot about that part, that we were out of elbows. So the decision was made to run to the store and get the fittings. And I'm gonna lay these down to approximately see what we're gonna be needing. And while I'm getting parts, Cole is gonna be moving some concrete.
My brother came in and swiped our big skid loader for some farm activities, and farm activities take triumph over what we're doing over here. So if we have conflicting equipment, the farm's always going to get it. Good news for us, we do have a second skid loader. This one is significantly smaller than the other one, so I'm not gonna be able to lift the big giant pieces like I can with the other one, but there is enough small little pieces that can get loaded up. We're at least gonna be able to keep filling the dump truck. So if you see us going back and forth with skid loaders, that's what's going on. Load numero 3.
Ready for some shopping? And here's our plumbing. Never fails. You think you got everything you need, but then you leave the store halfway home and you know you're missing something. So just take a moment to think. Yeah, for sure, we got everything. Time to go back.
Number 4.
I was just standing around here a little bit ago, walking around the house, and I grew up in this house that Cole's fixing up. So a lot of memories here for me. And it's kind of neat going through the house, and you still get a lot of neat thoughts of little things I did when I was little kids and my friends would come over. Get asked the question a lot, am I upset or anything about the big changes or wish he would have kept it the same? No, I'm not upset at all. It's really, really neat just seeing the old house getting rebuilt to how Cole and Neva and their kids will use it. I know the other question is, a lot of people said, wouldn't it have been just easier just to bulldoze the house away and build a new one? Yeah, probably. But then they don't get to use their bare hands and do all the building, and when the kids get older, they can look back at the videos and say, Dad did this with his own bare hands with the help of Justin and Roman and whoever's helped on the whole project. So it's really a neat honor for me to say, look what they've done. Not a lot of young kids Cole's age would tackle on a job this big. So for me, it's just neat seeing my kids, what they do in life and take pride in, and they've been working their little tails off here, and so it's going to be neat seeing things coming back together. And they could have just said, Dad, we don't want this place, and you know, so they're going to take great pride in it, I know that. Probably the memories I miss the most though is me and my dad. Since I was a little boy, he was always here for me, and we spent a lot of time together in this house, and we made a lot of crazy meals. And one of them was we'd get spaghetti in a can and save dishes. We'd pour the peas in or drain the peas, put them in with the spaghetti or the SpaghettiOs with meatballs, stir them in, cook them, put a little cheese in there. We made a lot of crazy meals. We'd take our tang, put it in a container, mix it up, and we'd put a little Mountain Dew in it. We'd call it Tang Dew. So that's probably the biggest thing I miss, is the memories. Wishing my dad was here to see what's all been done, and I know he'd be very proud of me and the kids and Mama Cornstar. And we can't forget Mama Cornstar. She's been a big part. She kind of made the kids the smart little kids they are. So growing up, and Summer and Cole and Cooper, my little ones. So thank you, Mama Cornstar, for all you've done, and we got a lot of memories yet to make.
We got back, so let's do some digging. Now all this is set up, we can work on the easiest part of this little stretch, and it's going to be this little section that's going to go to the stack for the bathroom up above us. Everything looks like it should. Basically, all I have to do just chisel this piece of footer to bring the pipe lower and probably glue everything together as far as I can tell. Yeah, everything else should work just fine.
Okay, physics, explain that one to me. What are you holding on to? Ooh boy, we just got this little bit left right here, that little bit right there, and then no more concrete. And just like that, we no longer have a concrete pile. And believe it or not, it's still light out. So I'd say we made out pretty good today. I feel really bad. There's a bunny sitting right here. You can see it sitting in the grass. It's letting me walk right up to it. This is not normal bunny behavior, but I guess while we were pushing in the concrete pile, I think she had her babies underneath of the pile of concrete, and when we moved the pile, they got squished. I feel terrible, but at the same time, how are you supposed to know? It's not a good spot to have bunnies. Little baby rabbit. Well, you're not a baby, you're a grown, you get what I'm saying. This may sound soft, but I actually was really excited to have this concrete pile gone, but now that I see the bunny over there all moving all slow and sad, I feel bad. But anyway, I also did get the driveway smoothed out. We did a bunch of turning and pivoting with both of the skid loaders, and so this was tore up pretty good. We have load number 7 on the dump truck right now. We are going to have to dump that later because I actually have a little bit of farm work I need to get done. We have about an hour and a half of daylight left, and I have about an hour and a half of work that I need to do. So I'm gonna go hop in a sprayer, and I'm gonna go spray some stuff to help control some diseases in our soybeans. Never mind, I got out to the semi, and right as I was getting out there, Dad was pulling up with the other sprayer. He's already been out running, and he's like, hey, I'm calling it an early night. Your sister's back from her 2-week trip, so we're gonna visit with her. So I guess we are done with farm stuff for the night. I do have a little office stuff I need to take care of, so I'm going to be doing that, and then I'm going to be joining my family. The first thing I need to do is I need to fill out a couple applications. Now that we have our concrete pile gone, we're left with our dirt pile. Now this dirt pile is huge, and I can't just put it anywhere. Most of it is clay, the deep down clay. Nothing really grows in it. It's not this nice, dark, top black soil that I can put in a low spot in the yard and be able to plant grass in it. Grass is not really going to grow in this, so I can't just go put it anywhere I want. So I want to put it in our field driveways to make them bigger. For example, this is my Uncle Orland's farm, and this is the driveway that leads into the farm. Now, the actual surface area that we can drive on is from about here all the way over to about right here. All of this other area, it looks like we can drive on it, but the slope goes down. So when we're coming off of the road, you get a bit of the shoulder dropping in. So I want to be able to get rid of this shoulder drop in, and then maybe be able to extend it out a few more feet on each side. We have probably a 35-foot wide driveway, which by all means is wide. It's wider than a lot of the driveways that we had in the past. We've slowly been updating our driveways to make them more accommodating for the semis, but sometimes you come in here under just the right conditions, it's maybe just a little tighter than we would like, or if you didn't quite get your turn perfect coming in off the road. So if we have some extra dirt, we are going to use it. So in this case here, I do not have a culvert underneath of this driveway, so it's called a dry type, or actually on the crest of a hill. So the water either goes that way on that side of the driveway, or it goes this way on this side of the driveway. So this one is not really a problematic driveway. The ones that are more problematic are when we have a culvert that passes through them. So that's where our application comes into play. So all of the driveways I want to do that have a culvert in, I need to submit an application to the county so that way they can approve of it, and then we will have to order culverts to go underneath of the bottom of them. And as annoying as an application may be, and having someone from the county come out and approve of your area of the driveway, they do it for good reason. It's mainly so people don't just put a driveway in a terrible spot, like right over the crest of a hill, where if a car is coming and you're pulling out with a piece of equipment, you'd run into each other. So that's really what they're trying to prevent. And then also they want to make sure that the sides of them are not too steep. So if a car were to go into the ditch, it would be more of a gradual transition going over your driveway versus if it was a straight wall, they would just run into it, and that would be a lot more dangerous. So as annoying as it is, they do it for good reason. And hey, on driveways that are old enough, if it has a culvert underneath of them, they will actually pay for the old culvert section. We just have to put it back in, but they'll pay for it. And then we just have to pay for the additional extension that we want to go wider. So hey, on some of these old driveways where the culvert's plugged, you get a free piece of culvert out of it. Now that's all that's left to do is we need to fill out the forms, then we send them off to the county, and then once they approve them and bring them back to us, then we will be able to build the driveways. Or if they have a problem with them, they will tell us what they think we need to do differently, and then we'll figure out some sort of compromising solution. If we don't want to do what they want us to do. Oh, hey, Ellie. Hey, Ellie, what are you doing? Oh, hi. This is what we got for supper tonight. Family night is now over. We got the concrete pile picked up. We figured out where our dirt pile is going to go. We got the driveway cleaned up. I'd say we got a lot done. And speaking of a lot done, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. This is all we got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.